Tánaiste Finance Minister and Fine Gael leader Simon Harris. Good morning.
Good morning, David.
You're very welcome to the studio. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Could I start with e-scooters? Because obviously the plans that have been announced will regulate them, but they're not going to make them any safer for their riders. They're not going to make them any safer for pedestrians who unfortunately get hit by them.
So they will, but can I firstly just say we had a meeting yesterday, as you know, in government buildings with the Garda Commissioner, with relevant ministers, and also with the report from Children's Health Ireland. And I mean, the figures are extraordinarily stark. Every single day in Ireland now, between 1 and 2 children this summer are turning up in emergency departments with e-scooter injuries. And around a third of traumatic head injuries in our children are now being caused by e-scooter injuries. The biggest cause of children ending up in ICU is e-scooter injuries. So the data's stark and we have to act. So,
but it's already illegal for children under 16 to use them.
And can I say this? Because we've taken a number of decisions yesterday and I'm very happy to discuss them and explain the rationale. But there is this bizarre situation going on where, as you rightly say, it is illegal for an under 16-year-old to be on an e-scooter. And the children are not going into the toy shops themselves with their pocket money buying the e-scooters. These are quite expensive things. So the first thing that has to happen in this country, I need to be blunt about this, is behavioural change. There should be no parent in Ireland thinking that an e-scooter is a toy. And parents listening to this need to know that the number one reason children end up in ICU in Irish hospitals is because of accidents on e-scooters.
And will parents who buy e-scooters for underage children face sanction?
So there will be penalties, and those penalties will be able to be applied to parents. But actually, we're changing the whole system. And some of the commentary I've heard today has been, I don't mean misinformed, but perhaps we need to explain what we're doing here. So immediately next month, we're going to sign regulations that will bring in a number of changes. It'll actually make it illegal for anyone under the age of 18 to be on an e-scooter. It will make it mandatory that you wear a helmet, mandatory that you wear high visibility clothing, and it will also increase the fines if you breach the rules. But the big change, that won't be nearly enough. And I heard the Garda Representative Association, and they're entirely right on this point. I mean, the idea that the Gardaí chasing people around e-scooters is going to get to the bottom of this is not fair, true. So what we're actually going to do in the legislation that will be produced in September, and details of which will come to Cabinet next week, is we're going to change the whole structure here and make the obligation be on the retailer. So the point of sale, this is how we've made progress in terms of the sale of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's how we've made progress in terms of gambling. It's how we've made progress in a load of areas. It's the point of sale. So we're going to have to register the vehicle, and the person selling
with whom? Sorry, because I mean, just to get the nitty gritty. Like,
so very very fair question, and being blunt, we've to work that out. But probably. Either through a system that will be set up with retailers or the revenue commissioners. So we could decide to go for a tax and insurance model. We could decide to go for pay a fee on point of registration. But the point I'm making is you will not be able to just walk into a shop, buy an e-scooter and head off on your merry way.
What about all the e-scooters that are out there already?
They will have to be registered too.
Okay.
And it will be an offence.
And would they have to have obviously not a license plate because they don't have room, but...
Well, it's actually interesting, and I'm not proposing this, but in some countries they do have very small license plates. In more countries than not, and I've looked at other countries that they've done this, they have effectively a QR type code, a sticker, right. And the Gardaí can scan that and it can bring you to a point of registration. So we can make the job easier for Gardaí. We have laws at the moment that quite simply are unenforceable because of the lack of a registration system, and that's changing as a result of our decisions.
Okay, the other alternative, obviously, and we'll talk a bit more about what is being proposed, but the other alternative was a ban. The Taoiseach said he was leaning towards a ban. The Garda Commissioner said he would support a ban. We've heard from medical professionals who have outlined the problem that you've outlined about injuries. On Morning Ireland an hour ago, Denise MacDonald told the story of her mother, Peg Burney, who sadly died 3 days after being knocked down by an e-scooter. Denise says she would support at least a temporary ban until our ducks are in a row. Grace Lynch's father, Martin, told the Indo this was a missed opportunity to get illegal vehicles off our street. Can you see why many people might see what the government has announced as far too little to meet the danger these vehicles propose?
I can see that, and I have a very open mind in this, and we haven't ruled out going further. But when I went into that meeting yesterday, and you follow the evidence, you follow what's been done in other countries, you follow, quite frankly, what's practical and doable. As you say, there could be tens of thousands, if not more, e-scooters already out in circulation here. I think it's better and safer to have a regulatory system, one that is enforceable, one that keeps our kids off them. We don't ban everything that's dangerous. What we do is regulate them and put strict rules around them. And at the moment, this is a system that is largely unregulated. There is a difference between a child and an adult, clearly. There's a medical difference between a child and an adult. So we're going to change the law. We're going to make sure it can be enforced. We're going to put an obligation on the retailer, and we keep a complete open mind. And I've met Grace's parents, and can I just say they're They're doing incredible advocacy that's already making a difference. And I know the Garda Commissioner will be meeting them, I think, as soon as today, to continue to engage with them too.
Okay. But I mean, we are being told that these vehicles are causing injuries that are unlike any other seen on our roads, because the person riding them is upright when they come off the vehicle, and that causes serious... I mean, are they inherently dangerous, both for the riders and for people they might hit?
So I wouldn't use one. Yes, they are.
Well, why not ban them then?
Because we are making a number of changes. They're banned for children. So the big issue that the doctors have been highlighting, the big issue the doctors have been highlighting is their children. We're going to make sure that's enforceable. You don't have to wear a helmet on one, David, anymore. From next month, that will be the law of the land. Wearing high vis will be the law of the land. We're also seeing, and one of the reasons they're so dangerous is we're seeing them being adapted in terms of the speed, which is also in breach of the current law. We're going to bring in further restrictions in relation to that. We've looked at what...
Well, sorry. How will they be... How will they be imposed, those restrictions? Because I mean, there is an argument that e-scooters that are capable of going over 20 kilometres an hour should not be imported into this country. Otherwise, you're putting the onus on Gardaí to stop them on the roads and check what they can do.
And that's not what I want to do. So it's a ban on the point of sale again. So the key to this,
So we're not going to be importing them anymore.
That's right.
Okay.
The key to this is stop at its source. The key to this is not to keep on saying the Gardaí must do more. The Gardaí must do more. Everyone has an idea for the Gardaí to do more. The Gardaí do a good job. They have to enforce our laws without fear and favour. But we also have to make sure that we cut these things off at the point of sale. And if you look at what a number of other countries have done, Germany, you have to have liability insurance. You have to have a mini plate or a sticker. The Netherlands, you have to have licence, helmets, insurance required. Paris have put a ban on the shared e-scooters. I think we should move towards that way too, by the way, the shared e-scooters piece as well. So the current...
But they're already illegal.
The current system is being completely ripped up and rebuilt here. There was a view that this was a sustainability issue, it was a climate issue. And look, there are some people, and we all know them, who've bought them and used them appropriately and do their best to zip in and out of work in an appropriate way. But this is now a major health issue in Ireland, a major road safety issue in Ireland, and that's why we're acting decisively.
Okay, will insurance be required?
Yes, I think so. The only reason I'm saying I think so is I have to be respectful of the fact that the proposals are coming to Cabinet next week, but it is my firm view that insurance should be required, and it's my firm view that a registration fee or a tax should be applied.
Okay. You mentioned the GRA. Mark Ferris of the GRA is writing in the Irish Times this morning, I don't know what he saw it. Not one member of An Garda Síochána is trained to pursue e-scooters or to pursue anything.
So the top guard was at the meeting yesterday, the Garda Commissioner, and he's been actively involved in the discussions around this. And there is a need for both in relation to e-scooters and in relation to scramblers for more training for our Gardaí. It's one of the big asks of the Gardaí. I know the Garda Commissioner wants that to happen and intends for that to happen too. But I think there's being blunt. I think our frontline Gardaí are being asked to do too much here. I think it's too easy to pass laws in Leinster House that look like you're doing something. But if you're a rank and file member of An Garda Síochána, you know it's not practical to implement it. And that's why I would say respectfully to the GRA, we're changing the approach now. Yes, the Gardaí will have to enforce the law, absolutely. But actually we're trying to say in the first instance we should be keeping these vehicles off the street in terms of the use of children and the use of speeds that aren't appropriate. And we also though just need, there's two things that can happen today. Right now, without any law being signed, parents can stop buying them for their children and shops can stop selling them to children. Shops can stop selling them. And I welcome the fact in recent days we've seen some take that, but there's absolutely no reason. And we should all be applying that pressure today. In addition to all the laws and regulations we'll do, shops should stop selling them today to children. Just
before I move on, if I at the moment own an e-scooter, right? And obviously there's no registration, there's no insurance, there's no nothing. That situation is about to change. I have been very good. I have not fiddled with the settings. It's still stuck to the limit of 20, but it has the capacity to be changed and increased to a higher speed, which is a situation that does exist. When I go to register it, is that going to be confiscated?
That is a piece of technical detail I don't know the answer to, but I would certainly hope if you've been a law-abiding citizen that it isn't confiscated, and I'm quite sure there's a way that can be dealt with. I mean, the purpose here will be people who have the e-scooters will have to come forward and register them, and that has to happen. But the big priority is to try and cut off at the point of sale larger problems occurring, and that's really where our focus needs to be.
You mentioned helmets and high vis. There are some suggestions the government might look at mandatory helmets and high vis for cyclists as well. Is that on the cards? No.
No, it's not. And I mean, I was funny. I was at the meeting yesterday, and sometimes I read things about what happened at the meeting. I was in the room. That's not a proposal from the government.
Okay.
And there is a difference between someone on a push bike. I mean, you should wear a helmet, by the way. It's an advisory thing. You should wear a helmet. But there's also a thing called personal responsibility, and there's a big difference between something that you cycle, a push bike effectively, and a motor propelled vehicle.
Okay, so what about e-bikes?
I think there's a different case for e-bikes.
Yeah.
And I think the e-bikes issue will be looked at as part of the e-scooters piece as well.